Blind Tech.
And what's going on, everybody? We are back inside Blind Tech. This is episode 3, man. So we're moving right along, and hope everyone has had a good work week and will have a great start to your work week. Today we're gonna be talking about the control center, y'all. I know I touched on it a bit with the screen recording episode, but today we're gonna get in depth with the control center. So what is the control center, you might ask? The control center is a panel or a feature that allows you to reach everything that you do the most. So for example, if you are a construction worker, just saying, and you working on a dark building with no electricity, it's a flashlight available in the control center or on your phone. Once you put your phone in the sleep mode, there's a flashlight button in the left hand corner of your screen, and we're gonna try to do that before we get out of here so you guys can see what that is as well. A timer for all you cookers out there, or you can add an alarm, to pretty much do anything. There's an option to add your music in there. It's just a way to get to things quicker that you do the most. You can even customize your control center to, resemble you, for a lack of better phrase. But hopefully you guys understand this as you understood in the last 2 videos. So stick with me, y'all. The quality and the quantity of this content will get better. Stick with your boy. We're gonna upgrade together, we're gonna win together. So let's get into it, which y'all came here for, and let's get into the control center. So as always, y'all make sure you got your voiceover on.
Voiceover on. FaceTime. Double tap to open.
Today I'm actually not at the first page of my home screen, but that's okay. So you want to make sure you go to settings.
Wallet. Settings. 1. Settings.
And once you're in your settings, you want to right swipe past all this good stuff in the beginning, such as where your Apple ID is and the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi is. You want to right swipe past all that until you hit control center.
Air, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, cellular, personal, sounds, do not, screen time, general, control center, button.
And once you get on control center, you want to double tap on control center.
Swipe down from the top right edge to open control center.
And right away when you jump into control center, it gives you a shortcut to swipe down from the right edge to access the control center. That's for the new phones, and we're getting to that in a moment. But once you get in control center, once again, it gives you 2 options to look at before you move on to the included controls. And for those of you who have sight, you can already see that it's 2 options that give you an on and off switch, and then right up below that, it's the included controls panel, which we'll touch on in a moment. So let's move on, y'all.
Access within apps. On.
So
Double tap to toggle setting. Allow access to control center within apps. When disabled, you can still access control center from the home screen.
So like I said, y'all, access within apps that I touched on in the last video means you can pretty much get to your control center or control panel in any app. So if you are a content creator like myself and you have your screen recorder feature enabled like I do, you can pretty much record any screen inside any app. I think if you have your voice memos enabled in your your control panel, you can access it in any app to do whatever. You can access your notes in any app. So if you're reading the Bible or doing a Bible study class, you can pull down your control panel and access your notes and write that note right then and there. That's all that means. Self-explanatory, right? So moving on.
Show home controls. Off. Double tap to toggle setting. Include recommended controls for home accessories and scenes.
So there you go for all you Apple Home users. There you go. That's your option if you want to be able to, I believe, use your remote, the Apple TV remote. I think to lock and unlock your doors, that's what that option is for. I'm not sure. I really don't use that feature. So if you guys use that feature, comment in the comments what that actually does entirely. But I believe it gives you guided access to your Apple Home features. So now we're going to move on to the included controls, which is the most important part of today.
Included controls. Heading.
So right away, when you power on your phone and get your phone signed in and logged in and all that good stuff, all Apple devices come with a preset control center. And in this preset control center, you'll find things like the flashlight, the timer, airplane mode, I believe Bluetooth. I could be wrong on the Bluetooth part, but for the most part, it's the flashlight, the timer, airplane mode. You can fast forward, pause, and rewind your music and whatnot. So let's give it a listen to what the included controls, also the preset controls, are for the control center.
Flashlight. Calculator. Action timer. Actions camera. Actions available. Screen recording. Actions available.
So right away, minus the screen recording, that's something that I added in there because that's what I use a lot to make these videos, so it's easier for me to get to that. But you heard the timer, the flashlight, the camera, and things like that. So that's automatically preset in your control center. Now you can reorder these preset controls. You can even take them out and add new ones in. You can do a whole lot of customization so that it's comfortable for you. So what we're going to do is right now we're actually going to delete everything but the screen recording and add some new ones in, so you guys can get a gist of how to add and take things out. So let's say you powered on your phone, it's looking pretty good. You want to add shortcuts, if you will, in your control center, get the things faster, and you don't like the preset options that your control center comes with, so you want to delete them out. So you find the one that you don't want.
Included controls. Flashlight. Remove.
You swipe down once to remove,
Performed action. Remove. Calculator.
and now it's gone. It brings up, and once you remove that option, it brings up the next option already, so you don't have to right swipe to the next one or jump around to the next one. It automatically brings up the next option, which was the calculator. You don't want the calculator in your panel, so
Remove. Performed
remove
action.
that.
Remove. Timer.
Then it automatically moves up, and the highlighted marker highlights timer. So again, you don't want the timer in there, so you
Remove.
swipe down with one finger,
Performed action. Remove. Camera.
then the camera's there. So let's say you do want the camera in there, so you keep that like so, and we're actually going to get rid of screen recording, and we're going to put it back to customize our control panel to resemble, I guess, a content creation control center. We're going to add no, let's not do that. Let's just add things into the control center for right now, and I'll leave it up to you guys to customize your control center how the way you want to customize it. So let's get rid of camera.
Camera. Remove. Performed action.
And we're going to
Remove.
get
Screen recording.
screen recording.
Remove. Performed action. More controls. Heading.
And automatically it jumps to the more controls heading, which is a area where other controls rest or lay, whichever word you want to throw in there, so that you guys can choose to put inside your control panel. So let's see what the first option is.
More control. Accessibility shortcuts.
Accessibility shortcuts is the first option. Then if you move down,
Alarm.
it's the alarm.
Announce messages with Siri.
Announce messages.
Apple TV remote.
There you go, the Apple TV remote. Then we're going to move up by double tapping and holding the screen and moving up.
Calculator.
The calculator is back inside the more controls.
Camera.
There's the cameras back there.
Code scanner.
The code scanner for all you bargain shoppers.
Dark mode. Do not disturb while driving. Feedback assistant. Flashlight. Guided access. Hearing. Home. Low power mode. Magnifier. Music recognition. Notes. Screen recording. Sleep mode. Sound recognition. Stopwatch. Text size. Timer. Voice memos. Wallet.
And there you have it. That's all the more controls that you guys can choose from to put inside of your control panel. I think this is a cool feature to use. It's quick, it's easy to get to, especially when you're out and about and you are a content creator, or you are at work and you get an idea, or you hear something that you want to write down. You can add your notes in there. You can add your voice memos in there. You can add your screen recording in there to customize or make it look like you have all your business sense in one area, or your quick to get to technology things, as far as the screen recorder or the camera to record videos quick and easy. So yeah, that's pretty much all the options that you have. So now let's say we want to add things in that we want. We're going to do it randomly. And then we're going to go back up to the included controls and reorder them, I guess, in the order that we think, or I should say I think, that suits myself. So let's say we want to add in notes. So of course you want to get yourself back into the included controls area, and whatever you touch is fine.
Sound recognition.
So right away we touch the sound recognition. Now if you left swipe, it should give you a insert button.
Insert sound recognition button.
There you go. So if you double tap on insert sound recognition, it's going to throw it inside the control panel, but we don't want that. We want to get to notes.
Sound recognition.
And if you right swipe again, it gives you the title, where you are. So if you right swipe again, it's going to give you another insert button on another control.
Insert stopwatch button.
Don't want the stopwatch.
Stopwatch. Insert text size. Text size. Insert timer. Timer. Insert voice memos. Voice memos.
So let's say we do, I know it said we were going to find notes, but let's say we do want the voice memos in our screen, in our control panel. So you want to left swipe back to voice memos and insert it.
Insert voice memos button. Insert voice memos. Insert timer button.
And now, as you can see, for those who have sight, the voice memos option is gone, and now all the rest of the options move down to where voice memos was. So
sleep mode. Insert screen recording.
Let's say we want to insert the screen recording.
Insert screen recording button. Insert screen recording. Insert notes button.
Once again, it moves down. The option above screen recording moves down to take the place of the screen recording option, and VoiceOver actually helped us out with the next one, so we want to go ahead and insert notes.
Insert notes. Insert music recognition button.
We don't want music recognition. We're actually going to go find the camera.
Magnifier. Insert magnifier. Low power mode. Insert home. Insert home. Hearing. Insert hearing. Guided access. Insert flashlight. Insert feedback assistant. Insert do not disturb while. Insert dark mode. Insert code scanner. Insert camera.
So there's a camera, so we want to insert the camera.
Insert camera button. Insert camera. Insert code scanner. Calculate. Insert calculator. Apple TV remote. Insert announce message. Insert alarm. Insert alarm. Accessibility shortcuts. Insert more controls. Heading.
Now we're back at the more controls heading where we started. And for those of you who are using VoiceOver, it's pretty easy. It's pretty doable. It's all the way through 100% accessible for you to do. You have easy access to all these options. You have easy customization for all these options, control options. And for those of you using Sight, as you see, it pretty much everything is on one screen. You might have to scroll up and down once or twice to find what you're looking for, but it's all on one screen. You don't really have to worry about jumping around. For VoiceOver users and or not VoiceOver users, you don't have to worry about jumping around to find things. So now we're going to go back up to the included controls area.
Included controls heading.
And as you can see, those of you who are using limited sight, all the controls that you selected or inserted is back in the included controls area. Those of you who are using VoiceOver, you want to make sure that the options that you chose are here. So let's see.
Voice memos. Screen recording. Notes. Camera.
And as you
Swipe up or down to select a custom action, then double tap to activate.
And as you are on camera, you can see that all the options that we chose from the bottom, which is the more controls area, are here. So now what we're going to do, we're going to order these options in the way that we want. But before we do that, I think I went over that. So let's move on. Let's say we want to have the notes first.
Notes.
You want to
Swipe up or down to select a custom action, then double tap to activate.
As you see, you want to highlight notes, and right away VoiceOver gives you a prompt on what to do. So we're going to swipe up and down to see what options are available to us. So you want to swipe down with one finger. I'm using my thumb.
Remove.
We have the remove option, what we did earlier.
Move up.
The move up option, which is basically going to move it up and take the place of whatever option is above that.
Move down.
On the move down, self-explanatory, it's going to move down and take the place of what option is below that.
Activate. Default.
Activate, which means you can double tap on activate and it should automatically jump you into your notes.
Remove.
And now we're back at the beginning. And I think if you left swipe, it gives you an option as well.
Reorder screen recording button. Draggable.
It does.
Double tap and hold. Wait for the sound, then drag to rearrange. Swipe up or down to select a custom action, then double tap to activate.
So if you listen to the prompt and you left swipe, let's hear it again.
Notes. Reorder screen recording button. Draggable. Double tap and hold. Wait for the sound, then drag to rearrange. Swipe up or down to select a custom action, then double tap to activate.
So as you can see, if you left swipe, it gives you a button for the previous one. And it's pretty much a button, the same button for all. It's just available at to the right of the option that you want. So let's say we want the notes to be at the beginning. You either can hold down on the option or swipe down to move up. And you're going to have to remember how many times you want to move it up before it gets to the beginning of the list. But to save time, we're actually going to do the shortcut route. So you want to
Notes.
highlight notes,
Swipe up or down to select a custom action,
Double
then
tap.
double tap to activate.
double tap it, and it's not actually.
Reorder notes.
There we
Button.
go.
Draggable. Moved above screen recording.
So as you see, it's moving above screen recording. So if I let it go, it takes the place of that.
Moved above voice memos.
And now it's right above voice memos, and voice memos was the first option that we had. So you want to let that go right now, and it'll be number 1. So you let
Reorder screen recording. Button. Draggable.
So you let that go, and notes actually is number 1 now in your list.
Notes. Reorder notes. Voice memos. Reorder voice memos. Screen recording. Reorder screen recording. Camera.
So
Swipe up or down to select a custom action, then double tap to activate.
there you go. So as you can see, it's pretty easy to do. You just get on that reorder button. Let's say we want to now say we want to make camera number 1. So you get on that reorder button.
Reorder camera. Button. Draggable. Double tap and hold. Wait for the sound, then drag to rearrange. Swipe up or down to select a custom action, then double tap to activate.
There's your prompt. So we're going to do what the prompt says. So you want to double tap on that button, and you just hold it for maybe a second or two, and once you move it up, you should hear your sound that notifies you that you are actually dragging the camera option.
Moved above screen recording. Moved above voice memos. Moved above notes.
There you go.
Alarm.
As my voice
Swipe down from the top right edge to open camera.
So as you can see, camera.
Swipe up or down to select a custom action, then double tap to activate.
As you see, camera is number 1 now, and notes is right below the camera option. So let's say you want to move notes down to the last option. It's not really, it's a big deal, but it's not that big of a deal. So you want to get on notes.
Notes. Reorder notes. Button.
Same thing.
Draggable. Double tap and hold. Wait for the move below voice. Move below screen recording. Notes. Swipe up or down to select a custom action, then double tap to activate.
And as you see, notes is the last option. So now it should go camera, voice memo, screen recording, notes.
Camera. Voice memos. Screen recording. Notes. Swipe up or down to select a custom action, then double tap to activate.
And I'm actually going to move screen recording to number 2 because that's where I want it.
Reorder screen recording. Button. Moved above voice memos. Reorder voice memos. Button. Draggable.
There you have it. That's how you locate Control Center inside settings. You guys heard the preset or the factory controls that the phone comes with. You guys learned what other options are available to you guys. You guys learn how to remove options from the included controls section. You guys learn how to add other controls to the included controls area, and it's easy. If you're having trouble, once again, reach out to me. I don't mind going over it with you one-on-one. I can even send you a written document on how to do it, for those of you who want to have notes on it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So now we're at the part where you guys get to see how to actually launch the Control Center. So for the newer phones, you want to take your finger to the right edge of your phone and bring your finger down, and it should launch the Control Center. For the older phones, I think it's the 5 and the 6 and the 7, maybe even the 8. you drag your finger from the bottom left to bring up the control center, or it should be an option to double tap and bring up your control center. I'm using the iPhone 10R, so I'm going to take my finger from the right hand corner and drag down.
Control center. Airplane mode. Switch button. Off.
There you go.
Double tap and hold to show more controls. Double tap to toggle setting. Swipe up or down to select a custom action, then double tap to activate.
So as you heard voiceover, I'm already on airplane mode. It's off, of course. And if you right swipe around, you should hear some more options, such as
Cellular data. Switch button. On.
the cellular
Double
data.
tap and hold to show Wi-Fi. Switch button. Off. Bluetooth. Switch button. On. Media controls. Not playing. Playback destination. Button. Previous track. Dimmed. Play. Button. Next track. Dimmed. Lock rotation. Switch button. Off. Double tap to toggle setting. Do not disturb. Switch button. On. Double tap and hold to show more. Brightness. 74%. Volume. 69%. Screen mirroring. Button. Camera. Button. Double tap and hold to show more controls. Swipe up or down to select a custom action, then double tap to activate.
So as you guys can see, all the controls that were before you get to your customized or preset panel, airplane mode, Bluetooth, cellular data, Wi-Fi, brightness, all that stuff is going to be inside the control panel no matter what. That's just how the phone comes. That's how the phone is going to be forever. But as you can see, I'm on camera. Now remember, we reordered our control center inside settings, and now it should reflect what you did once you pull down your control center. So as you can see, we have the camera,
Selected. Screen recording.
screen
Button.
recording,
Voice memos. Button.
voice memos,
Notes. Button.
and notes.
Double tap and hold to show more controls. Swipe up or down to select a custom action, then double tap to activate.
So if you swipe down to more actions, it's going to bring up another option for each app. And if you go inside each app and see what those options are, then you can go from there on how to go about completing your assignment or exercise. So we're actually going to go back to screen recording because that's what we're using now.
Voice memos. Selected. Screen recording. Button. Double tap and hold to show more controls. Swipe up or down to select a custom action, then double tap to activate.
And right away, VoiceOver tells us that the action is selected because that's actually how I'm bringing you guys this content. And it's swipe down,
Open controls.
open controls,
Activate. Default.
activate.
Open controls.
There's only two options. Should be 2 or 3 options for each app. So we're going to actually go into more options.
Activate. Open controls. Everything on your screen, including notifications, will be recorded. Enable Do Not Disturb to prevent unexpected notifications.
So as you can see, just like in the last video, the screen recording, more options does not change. It gives you the microphone option to stop recording, all that good stuff. But there you have it, guys. That was how you actually screen record. I'm sorry, that was the last video. That was actually how you access the control center, customize, move, insert, replace, reorder, everything we just went over. That's how you do it. Now, as I said before, and I say always, if you have any questions, comments, concern, go ahead and hit me up. My email should be available in the description box below. And anything else that I'm on, as far as Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever you guys need to reach out to me or watch more content. I do have a content too. Should be available in the description box. So go ahead and hit the description box. Hit me up on one of those options below and reach out to me. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe in the comment section. I want you guys to comment the phrase, let's see, we did it. Shout out to Dora the Explorer, man. Comment "we did it" in the comment section to let me know that you reached the end of the video. So yeah, man, I'm Hilarious D. This has been Blind Tech on how to use and customize the control center. Hope you guys enjoy. I'm out.
Voiceover off.